YouTube. Good morning to everyone. Good morning. I got up really early this morning. I've been up since 7 o'clock. I had some classes to attend to, or my classes on through Skype. Another video coming at you from Deception Stop Us. And this is what I was telling you guys about these screen captures. We're gonna have a little discussion here today. So this is going to be a bit of a special video. I'm going to read some stuff to you guys, and then I'm going to transition over into another part of the video where you guys can, there's going to be more commentary from both me and my brother. All right. So this is about to be a lengthy video, so relax, get your popcorn, and yeah, we going in today. We going in. All right. So we were doing some research. And we've come across not only this, but also some other information regarding this, like government corruption and what have you, especially here in Ohio. This is just one. So I'm going to read this. This is very interesting and very disturbing. And I'm going to go ahead and read to you guys the email communication between me and the FBI and the U.S. Attorney General. Okay, so. Judicial corruption, equal justice under law, protecting Ohio families. Okay, let's move down. Ohio government corruption at its highest level. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. All right. This was May 26, 2017. All right. The probate case that involving the theft of several $100,000 was spearheaded by Magistrate Brenda N. Dunlap, who also served as the administrator of the estate when the money was stolen. Judge Michael E. Powell was the probate judge for the estate where the hundreds of thousands were stolen. Quote, Michael E. Powell was appointed midterm April 2000 as probate court judge. Okay, end quote. A civil case was filed in which ended up in more public corruption, which also involved 241 conspiracy against rights, 242 deprivation of rights under color of law, and obstruction of justice by public officials, and 2 was spearheaded by Warren County Magistrate Brenda N. Dunlap and Warren County Judge Michael E. Powell, with others known and unknown. And if another civil case had been filed, it too would end up in more public corruption. Sounds familiar? So when does it become a criminal matter? Besides, that had already been tried. Like the Ohio AG and FBI, no attorney wants to get involved in judicial corruption. Let me repeat that, because you guys going to be seeing something here. Like the Ohio AG and FBI, Attorney General. No attorney wants to get involved in judicial corruption. Why? No idea. All of this is common knowledge in public court documents, and has been said to be one of the worst cases of corruption and cover-up in the state. It is also common knowledge that the FBI and the U.S. attorneys. Let me go back and read that again. It is also common knowledge that the FBI and the U.S. attorneys do not get involved in judicial corruption cases. Quote, victims are left high and dry on their own. But what makes this case especially difficult, and is a little known fact, is that it was the Ohio Supreme Court who blocked the FBI from opening a case. Michael E. Powell was approved midterm by the Supreme Court Chief Justice to serve as the Warren County Probate Court Judge. He was also appointed to the Supreme Court of Ohio Commission on Technology and the courts, and to the Supreme Court Advisory Committee on Court Security and Emergency Preparedness, where Supreme Court Justice Honorable Marino Conner, Honorable Fraud Marino Conner, served as chair on Supreme Court Advisory Committee. On January of 2003, Marino Conner acquired the position as Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court, and in October 2012, Michael E. Powell again appointed mid-term as a 12th District Court of Appeals judge. Small world. This is where obstruction of justice by public officials comes in. And it was Ohio Supreme Court public officials who blocked the FBI investigation. So you can see why this case was blocked and will never be opened. And I will never be entailed to my constitutional rights over recover my stolen assets. 12th District Court of Appeals Judge Michael E. Powell, friend of Chief Justice Marino Conner, will be indicted for public corruption, 241-242. It not only involves obstruction of justice by public officials of the Ohio Supreme Court, but also obstruction of justice by public officials in the DOJ. So I thought it would be best if you know the reason for the FBI evading this case and depriving me of my constitutional rights. This is corruption at its highest level. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. As stated in the public media, you would need a government above the federal government to protect American citizens from the government. Sad and sickening. So you guys saw how he talked about Marino Conner like that, and saying and all this obstruction of justice by public officials. Now, we had a similar sound. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. People, the workers down in the Supreme Court. Okay. Going back to my divorce case. Okay. When this judge violated my constitutional, when she violated her oath of the Constitution, she violated canon rule by it being biased and not being impartial and threatening me on a record and stuff. I try to I try to recuse her. I try to move the venue to get a different judge, because you can do that. We goes down to the Supreme Court, files a complaint against her. Marine Fraud O'Connor, she replies and states that, well, no, before she replied, they gave her, I think the judge had like 2 or 3 months to reply. She used up all her time. She waited until the last minute to reply. We went down, we were back and forth down there to the Supreme Court and asked, what's going on? Where's the reply? It's not moving. And they were saying, well, she still has time. She used up all her time to reply. We know why they did that. She got together with, perhaps got together with the Marino Conner and came up with a plan on what they were going to do. Okay, and that's when I told you guys in one of the previous videos, when I went back into the hearing, this bitch was talking about some put a motion in to get money from your wife. Like, that's strange. This whole time, y'all didn't give me spouse support. From my first attorney all the way to my third, y'all stalled on spouse support. Y'all passed on it. You ain't even give a reason to state. You ain't even say shit. You ain't say, oh, he's capable of working, he can do that. I mean, you ain't give no reasons why you passed on spouse. You just let it sit there so y'all can fucking play these games. We get deep into the shit. Try to recuse this judge. Like I said, she got together with that Marino Conner. And they probably told her, you go ahead and get him money. He needs to get an attorney. You know, he obviously doesn't have money to afford an attorney. You guys need to make sure he gets an attorney so we can get this thing wrapped up. They wanted to wrap the shit up because that's how bad it got. Goes into this hearing, this bitch talking about some put a motion in to get money from your wife. And I'm sitting there like, I looked at her, I was like, oh, that works now? I said on the record, I said, oh, that works now? And she was like, Mr. McCormick, that's very disrespectful, and it's very, she said something. But it's no. I ain't say nothing back to her. I just said, well, that works now? I wanted to make a record of that. Just to show how fucking corrupt they been. And to show how they were abusing the process the whole time. That's abuse of process. That's serious. That's a serious case of abuse of process. Okay? No, that's not disrespectful. It's very disrespectful that y'all fucking violating the Constitution and violating my rights as an American citizen, natural American citizen. Okay, that's disrespectful. What are you talking about? That's disrespectful. No. I ain't scared of y'all. I ain't scared of y'all like these other motherfuckers is. Ain't no reason to be scared of these people. They some fucking cowards. They fucking cowards. All they do is hide. They hide behind these lawyers, and they stealing people's money, and they fucking lying. Gets on TV, put on this theater, talking to the American people, saying things that they want the American people to hear. Then when they get out of that mode, they on some bullshit. They got these fucking oaths that they're not following. I mean, it's amazing. These people, I don't know how the fuck they get these jobs. They just handpicked. Secret societies. That's what this shit is looking like. Cause you ain't going to school for all these years working hard, putting all this hard work in to get into a position and abuse your power, putting all your shit on the line. You're not doing that. I don't believe that shit. But anyway, this lady, Marino Conner, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, try to recuse this judge for this my divorce judge. They ain't want to do it. She talking about some the first time she rejected her response, the little order that she responded, it was really short. Very, very short. Then she responded, we wrote something else back to her. We wrote our response back to her, and she responded, and she was like still talking stupid, short ass order. Looked like an elementary kid wrote that shit. And she talking about some well, Judge Brown's gonna continue the divorce. She gonna continue the divorce? Did you not understand what the fuck we just what we were sitting up telling you? This bitch violating canon rules and shit. This shit is these are the laws that you guys put in place. I didn't write this shit. Citizens didn't write this shit. Y'all wrote this shit. You the fucking Chief of Justice for the Supreme Court. You know this shit. You should know it. What are you fucking talking about? She gonna continue the divorce case? Nah. I went down there, when I went down there and filed that bankruptcy, that fucked them up. Ain't no more divorce after that. Ain't no more. Because y'all ain't got no jurisdiction over assets. Y'all try to steal this fucking money. And just as I read here, you see that shit I read here? Same situation. Stealing motherfuckers' money. That's what they doing. Stealing people's money. When they realize they got caught, they try to hurry up and give me an attorney so they can wrap it up. They will still be on some bullshit even if I got an attorney. They needed to control the situation because the shit's spiraling out of control. You can't fuck with us. We ain't scared of y'all motherfuckers. Y'all some fucking cowards. Y'all don't want to go to court. Y'all got these court systems. How ironic is this? Y'all got these fucking court systems, and when your people get caught, you don't want to go to court and duke it out. What's up? Where you at? You don't want to go to court and duke this shit out? Let's go to fucking court and duke this out like how y'all would do it. If I fucking kill somebody and committed some crime and then we go to court, y'all gonna take me to court and duke it out, and I'm gonna be guilty. Now let's switch sides. Now bring your ass to court. Quit running like a bitch. Quit abusing the process. Okay? Quit trying to help each other. Bring your cowardly ass to court, and let's handle that shit in court and see who come out on top. You can cheat all you want, but when we get in front of the people and we present our evidence, you ain't gonna be able to explain this shit because it's too crazy. Yeah, if we ain't had no evidence, if we ain't had no fucking evidence, our asses be looped. Or they crazy. This is crazy. They're saying, no, this shit that we got evidence for all. We got fucking videos and recordings and all this shit. Let's go to court and let's see who comes out on top. Now, y'all, this is y'all shit. Y'all supposed to be the big dogs and the supremes and shit. Y'all, this ain't supreme. They don't show nothing. I don't see nothing supremacy about that shit. When you cheating and you get caught and you ain't gonna you don't take responsibility like a fucking man. What's up? You don't want to go to court. Y'all some fucking bitches. That's what y'all are. So yeah. So look at this. Like the Ohio Attorney General and FBI, no attorney wants to get involved in judicial corruption. Now remember that. Remember that line. And then remember this one here. There was something else here that I read. I want you guys to keep this in mind because I'm about to read something very disturbing to you guys. And then you understand, oh, that makes sense. Where that shit at? Oh, here it is. It is also common knowledge that the FBI and the U.S. attorneys, let me go back. It is also common knowledge that the FBI and the U.S. attorneys do not get involved in judicial corruption cases. Quote, victim are Victims are left high and dry on their own. But what makes this case especially difficult, and is a little known fact, is that it was the Ohio Supreme Court who blocked the FBI from opening a case. They fucking sick down here. We goes down here, this bitch talking about when we try to recuse this judge, she talking about her response. Well, Mr. McCormick, he alleges that the judge did this and then he didn't reply. He didn't provide a transcript indicating that these allegations are true. Yes, we did, and we got the shit recorded. We went down there with the fucking transcript. One of the fucking clerks, I'm not gonna say his name on video. Okay, I'm not gonna say his name. One of the clerks, this motherfucker took the transcript, because when you get a transcript, they put it in a folder and it got prongs on that shit. We took the transcript down there. This motherfucker took the transcript. He fucking took the prongs, because he was making copies. He fucking peeled the prongs back, took the transcripts out, and went back, and I guess he copied them. And then he came back, put them back into the prongs, and then closed the prongs. He put them right back to where they came from. Okay? And we still got the shit. If you look at it, his fucking fingerprints is on there. Hey, we got his fingerprints. His fucking fingerprints are on the prongs. You can literally say, we ain't got no reason to touch that shit. We ain't touch it. I didn't touch it. You can literally see this nigga's fingerprints on the thing. So how you gonna explain that in court? How you gonna explain that? You touched the shit, and then your fucking chief justice talking about we didn't provide a transcript when we did. We did provide a transcript. We ain't stupid. Our I's and T's, everything is crossed. We don't fuck around over here. We got when we make allegations and we accusing somebody of something, we coming with proof. We ain't coming with no fucking accusations. This shit gonna be proved. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be proven. So you won't be on no bullshit and say, well, you said this is lacking. Then ain't gonna be no lacking. Ain't nothing lacking over here. We too passionate. We too fucking passionate and we on point. Ain't gonna be none of that. So this bitch talking about something, ain't no transcript, trying to help her judge because they corrupt. This is what they do. Look, I didn't write this article right here. Look, I'm gonna provide this shit in the description area. You guys can come back and read this shit. I didn't write this shit. Look, May 26, 2017, judicial corruption, Warren County. I did not write. Look, this is not my shit. Okay, so what the fuck? Now, let's moving right along. I'm gonna go over here and read some fucking emails that I got. The first email from Kern. Now, I remember letting you guys see this shit. Okay, look at this. What this nigga said, man. Now, first of all, we went down here. This is how we got in touch with FBI, because you have to go down here. You have to have some kind of appointment set up with them to have the communication with them, some kind of criminal case or whatever. When we went down to the police station to put a complaint in about him forging my signature, they had me take a writing analysis, and they contacted the FBI down there. One of the officers, the guy that gave me the writing analysis, he contacted FBI. They set up an appointment. We went down there. We was down there talking to this dude for like 2 hours, and probably would have been there more, because he was enjoying it. He was fucking. It was like he was sadistic. Like he was enjoying this shit. Like, well, damn, y'all caught these niggas. How the fuck did y'all catch them? He's sitting there looking, going back and forth out of his room and shit. And we had to tell him that we got to go. We got other matters to take care of. We were down there for 2 hours. I'm pretty sure we probably would have been down there for about 5 hours talking to that dude. That's how entertaining he was. That nigga was sucked in. He was sucked. Then he gonna offer me a job. This nigga offered me a fucking job with them. He offered me a job, which I think is, they told him to do that. They told him to offer me a job because this shit was so nasty, out of control. They said, oh, just offer him a job and, he'll have enough money. They would have paid me, probably paid me a decent amount of money to take care of my shit. This is how they work. They so fucking predictable, man. They need to. This shit is obsolete. These fucking tricks and shit they use, they are obsolete. They work on sleep motherfuckers. This shit is old. Until motherfuckers wake up. Until motherfuckers become unprogrammed, turn off that TV, and focus on something that's more fucking important. I mean, it's okay to watch TV, but you guys know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, Kern, okay? He says, Mr. McCormick, I met with you and your brother for a couple of hours earlier this year. I provided my contact information to you as a courtesy. Before you and your brother left, I was clear to express that the FBI did not investigate matters related to the allegations that you presented. Please do not contact me or this office any further concerning this matter. Okay? That's deprivation of rights. That's what y'all put in place for. These motherfuckers, this nigga forged my signature. They doing all this shit. We went down there. We told them everything. It just got worse after that time of meeting with him. Things got worse. But the shit that happened at that time, it was enough for them to open up an investigation. And he talking about some allegation. This nigga did not tell. This nigga's lying in his email. He did not sit up there in his. He did not tell us that they don't deal with these matters. This is fucking. This is you talking about fraudulent behavior. FBI, I should pull that up. That little thing I read last time about your rights being deprived when the Constitution is violated. If there's a violation of the Constitution, you contact the FBI, your local FBI office. That's what it said, and that's what we went down there with. This nigga talking about something they don't deal with. No, it's not that. You see, well, why would he say that? Did you just sit up and were you paying attention to what I just read to you? Do you remember what it said? The FBI and U.S. Attorney Generals don't get involved in judicial corruption. Look, this is why look at these pictures. Fucking federal documents tampered with. Let me tamper with a federal okay, let a citizen, let's trade places with these Peckerwoods. Let me tamper with let me tamper with some federal documents, which is considered forgery as well, and see what the fuck they do to me. See what they do to me. They gonna be on my ass. I'm being indicted. They gonna throw me right in fucking prison. That's what they gonna do. So what's up? What kind of shit is that? Is that dumb? That's some double standard shit, ain't it? Double standards. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Shit's gonna get worse. As far as exposure, y'all don't want to do y'all fucking jobs. We gonna do your jobs for you. We gonna make you look bad. That's what we gonna do. We gonna make you look fucking bad. That's a period. That's what we gonna do as United States citizens. We gotta get this shit out to all the citizens to let them know this is what you're dealing with. Go ahead and get you an attorney. You go get your attorney. This is what the attorneys do. They gonna do this and they do that to control the situation. This is what they gonna do. Okay, yo dumb ass, when you don't understand what they doing behind the scenes and how they fucking violating the Constitution and not realizing that they don't give a fuck about the Constitution. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. That's why you got these police officers doing all this shit, killing motherfuckers and getting away with it. Why? Because these fucking lawyers, they work with them motherfuckers. They ain't about to go up against their own people. They not about to hold them accountable for what they did. They gonna get them out of that situation. You got to represent yourself, or somebody in your family got to be on point with this law shit. And every family needs someone like this, someone that know what they doing when it comes to this law shit. Because these motherfuckers out here ain't working in your best interest. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke, man. It really is. It really is. Just like my brother said, they some fucking kids. That's what it did. They some fucking kids. They don't even know how to do their damn jobs. Now let me read something else to you. Now that was the FBI agent there. Now this woman here, Miss Knight, look, Jessica Knight, she's an attorney general. She's the U.S. attorney general, not state attorney general. She's the U.S. attorney general. This is a lot of shit I wrote here. I'm not gonna read all this. I wrote what I wrote to Miss Knight. I basically told her. I broke down. I mean, I'll if you guys want to read it, I'll scroll down slowly. You guys can read it. But I basically wrote this shit to her and told her the whole situation, what these motherfuckers down here doing. Look at this shit. Places I've been to seek a remedy to no available. Columbus Division of Police, Ohio Attorney General's Office, Columbus Division of Police Internal Affairs, FBI Columbus Field Office, United States Federal District Court, Southern Columbus. We went down to the, it's crazy because when we went down to the Attorney General's office, this one dude up there, I don't know his name. I mean, even if I knew his name, I wouldn't say it on video. But he told us, we explained to him the situation, and I think we had some documents we showed him. This dude looked at us. When he looked at them, he looked at us, and he stated, he said, no one's going to want to touch that. This is deep. This is what he said. No one is going to want to touch that. This is deep. This is what he said this is the early stages before it got really bad. And now we know why he said that shit. Because they help each other. They helping each other. Because they not used to this shit. They ain't never, I guarantee you they never been in a situation like this. I guarantee you they ain't never been in a situation like this. Because motherfuckers ain't got time to do no research. Let alone motherfuckers not woke. They not woke. They not diligent enough to do shit like this. And then a lot of times people go get an attorney. People get discouraged. They stonewall your ass enough, you get discouraged. But that shit don't work on us. It don't work. But look, go ahead. You guys can read this. This is the shit I wrote. Long ass email. Long ass email. And she probably didn't believe it. She probably was like, damn, is this true? Gave her the case numbers and everything. I'm pretty sure she went and looked at the case and said, and she was like, damn, is this shit true? Yes, it's true. We got affidavits on file. Do you know what a fucking affidavit is? Your ass can go to jail. You can go to prison for lying, for perjury. That's just like being in court swearing. That's what that is. We got affidavits on the case. If we were lying, I'm pretty sure it will be some shit going on right now with us. If we were fucking lying, I'm pretty sure we would have been in court for perjury or some shit. They probably would have came and picked us up. Okay? Ain't nobody lying. Nobody's lying. And these motherfuckers scared to, they some bitches. That's what they are. So that's the email I sent her. Now look, this is her reply. Moses, I'm sorry, Mr. Calls. Oh, this is I think that was her. Oh yeah, that was her. Let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah, contact her on phone. So, but just yeah, Moses, I'm sorry, Mr. Call last week in the middle of trial prep and have not been in my office much. I have reached out to FBI with your email to see if there is any change in your position with respect to your case. Once I hear it back, I will let you know. Thank you. Okay. Then this is the last time I heard from her. Mr. McCormick, as I mentioned in our initial telephone conversation, the requirements for my office to initiate criminal charges is a referral from a law enforcement agency. My office cannot pursue any investigation without a law enforcement partner. Our law enforcement partners and agencies are responsible for investigating matters, and if appropriate, referring them to our office for prosecution. In this instance, I have followed up with the FBI, including asking them to consider the information you have summarized below. At this time, there is not a referral to my office for consideration of prosecution. Thus, I'm not able to bring charges. Thank you. Whatever. Bullshit. But we know why, because I read that shit. Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that document that I read to you. How much time we in? 20 minutes. Oh, we good on time. So now, as you can see, that's what we're dealing with here. So, as an American citizen, you really need to familiarize yourself with these laws, well, namely the Constitution. Understand that Constitution thoroughly. So, when you get in this situation, you can't be fucked with. They use these fucking local laws and shit and procedures. That shit is repugnant to the Constitution. That shit, okay, you want to use this? Okay, well, how about this in the Constitution? Try to override that shit. You can't override that shit. And then once they realize you know that shit, they gonna fucking play with you. They gonna play procedural games. They gonna try to stonewall you. They don't want to talk to you on the phone. Them motherfuckers, they cowards. That's what they are. These people ought to be ashamed of themselves. I would never want to work for no fucking Supreme Court, no FBI. I don't give a fuck if y'all told me y'all pay me $500,000 a year or some shit like that. I wouldn't want to fucking work for y'all. Y'all dirty as fuck. I wouldn't want to get in that field. That's crazy. I wouldn't even be able to fucking sleep at night, knowing that y'all doing this shit to people's families. It's a shame. It's sick. But anyway, that is it. I'm going to, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to transition over, and we about to go in some more commentary. Okay. All right. Thanks for viewing, guys, and yeah, see you on the other side. All right, guys, this is the second part of the video that I just made, the previous version you guys just watched. Yeah, so this is where we at. So this is just further commentary. This is just further commentary on that information regarding the FBI and the Supreme Court and all this corruption business. So you want to go ahead and
Yeah, I want to shed some light. I want to talk about Marino Conner today. Marino Conner is the Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court. Now, as you all may or may not know, that every state has a Supreme Court, and then you have the United States Supreme Court, which is the highest court of the United States of America. Okay, and that's what all of the state Supreme Courts pretty much upholds everything that the United States Supreme Court would uphold. Okay, so there's a state constitution, and there's a United States Constitution, and there is a state constitution. And the state constitution is pretty much mirrored off of the United States Constitution, and it is the authority of the High Court, which is the state Supreme Court. That's who the state is. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. The state Supreme Court is the state. So uh, Ohio Supreme Court is Ohio. They're Ohio. Okay, so any courts in the whole jurisdiction of Ohio, any decision of any court can be pretty much handled, can be appealed to the Supreme Court. So the state Supreme Court is the highest court in the state, period, point blank. It's the highest one. They can overturn things. So with respect to that, I want to talk about Marino Conner. Marino Conner is the Chief Justice, where in Moses' case, he filed a motion to recuse Judge Kim Elena Brown for her fraudulent acts and for violation of Canon Rule 2.3, bias, prejudice, and harassment. And apparently, Mrs. Marino Conner wrote to Moses and told him, Judge Brown cannot be recused from your divorce because all of the words and all of the remarks that you allege that Judge Brown said, you provided no proof. Okay. Now let me take a short pause right there. He did provide proof. Okay. He provided proof in the form of a transcript, because every hearing that Moses went to in front of Kim Brown, every court hearing that he went to concerning this divorce in 2017 had a court reporter there that was documenting and transcripting everything that was being said back and forth. Okay? So it was an official record being created for um, everything that was being said. Now, with the Ohio Supreme Court being the highest court, they have certain things that they can do. If they have certain information that they have access to, they have certain ways to get their hands on the information. And Miss Marino Conner alleges he didn't show any proof. Now, he did show proof because he took the transcript and he filed it jointly with the motion to recuse Judge Kim Elena Brown. They dragged out all the time.
didn't they stamp it too? Did they stamp that?
They didn't actually stamp the actual transcript initially. They didn't stamp it. And they did that on purpose because then it would have been timestamped. What they did was they just took it, and the deputy clerk took it, And when he took it, he
inadvertently left his fingerprints on
he
it.
left his fingerprints on all the prongs. We have his fingerprints. You can look at him. His fingerprints is all on there. So it's not a question of if they ever got that. You see what I mean? So we had to go file it again. We had to file it. We had to end up filing it again. And when we filed it again, Miss Marino Conner didn't acknowledge it. Now, I watched a couple of her speeches, and I watched a lot of her speeches and things like that, and there was some issues that came up about guardian ad litems. I was reading some information about that, and yeah, the full picture is clear. It's clear. Yeah, it's clear. But what I want to say about Miss Marino Conner, who is the Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court, she failed to acknowledge the transcript the second time when he refiled it, because the deputy clerk that took the transcript and filed it onto the case, they somehow obstructed it from the record so that his motion to recuse Judge Kimelina Brown can be without merit.
Or he either did that, he either did that, or he just act like he wouldn't copy. He did that.
And to see by her choice of word, her word selection, because see, he's a master of languages, okay, and we're masters of words and wordplay, okay, and it was indicative by her. It was indicative by her ruling that she put out that she knew that he actually did provide evidence initially, okay? And so when it came around the second time, she just, I'm not going to deal with this matter anymore. This will not be heard again. No, Judge Brown will do the divorce. Who the fuck do you think you are? What you mean Judge Brown will do the divorce? She violated canons. You don't get to say, okay, she get a pass on that. That's not your call. I don't care if you was the Chief Justice of the motherfucking planet. You don't get to make that call. Protocol is protocol. Rules and regulations is rules and regulations. You know? You don't get to just creatively select what you're going to do. When you feel like you can operate outside of the rules, then there's somebody else that wants your job that's willing to do it a little bit better than you. Okay? Let me say that again. When you have a position and you feel like you want to creatively go outside of the rules and you want to interpret the rules and the protocol as you wish to handle things, just to justify an erroneous position to handle things how you want to handle them, then again, somebody else wants your job and they want it bad and they're willing to do it better than you. Okay? And I'm sure the first chance that person get to get that job, they're going to get it from you. Okay? Now, with that being said, it made me disgusted, because it's like, okay, the highest judge, the Chief Justice, is going to say, okay, it can still go forward after she's seen all of those remarks, after she's seen, oh, we could have Mr. McCormick, we could have that trigger pulled at any time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could deem you a vexatious litigator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is you gonna go to jail if you don't pay your Macy's bill?
Harassment.
Is you gonna go to jail if you don't pay your Macy's bill? Do they come and get you and take you to jail if you don't pay your mortgage?
I didn't even have a Macy's. She didn't know what she said.
She assumed that he had a Macy's bill because the investigators was following us and we shopped at Macy's.
They giving themselves. They're so sloppy.
And it's just sad. It's just sad because to me, I felt like they did not take his motion serious because he was black. Okay? I feel like they didn't take his motion serious because he was black, and they felt like this is our court, this is our judge, this is our stuff. These tricks they've been pulling on people, these tricks, they're coming outdated. Because these new people being born in this world, they ain't gonna fall for these. They ain't gonna fall for that. They've been eating a long time. It seems like the evidence suggests they've been eating a long time off of this. I think it was in the screen capture. The guy, a judge stole $700,000 from through probate court.
Yeah, they stole somebody's assets through probate. Yeah,
through probate court, and nothing was done. You see, we ain't gonna beat them guys. That ain't gonna happen over here. You know, because we passionate, and we stand for things. Okay, so we won't fall for your tricks because we stand for more than what they want us to stand for. Okay, so justice will be had, and it just will. But it's just pitiful. This Marino Conner actor, you know, it's sad. It's really, really sad. She embarrassed her position. She embarrassed her position, and the situation had to keep going because she embarrassed her position. She didn't do the right thing. The damages could have been mitigated at that point. She could have recused her, assigned another judge. Boom, boom, boom.
That's what they. Yeah, and then
but every time they keep trying to help, they keep trying. Oh, I'm gonna help her. Oh, I'm gonna help them. Oh, I have. Every time you try to help, you make it worse because the initial act goes unpunished, thus creating more fire. Thus, that fire spreads and creates more damage. Okay? These damages could have been mitigated a long time ago. One simple modification of temporary orders. Simple modification of temporary orders. Simple as that. But they did all this and came this far. And I believe it was meant for this to happen. I believe this is divine. I believe this is divine. Because the average person probably wouldn't have been able to catch all of this.
Nah, I ain't got no time. We gotta work. I ain't got no time to be doing that.
And they know this. And what Marino Conner allowed Judge Brown to use extensions. She let her use extensions. Extensions. She had a deadline that she needed to reply to his motion to recuse. Judge Brown used extensions so she can get closer and closer to his divorce date so she can go on ahead and do the divorce. You see what I mean? And Marino Conner was helping facilitate that. She was helping facilitate that. Now let me break that down. She was helping to facilitate that by allowing Judge Kim Elena Brown to do the divorce. If it was up to Marino Conner, as far as Marino Conner is concerned, Judge Kim Elena Brown is adequate to do this divorce. After saying all of those things that she said, after saying, you know, we can have that trigger pulled at any time, right?
And after,
you know, I could deem you a vexatious litigator, right?
Denying all my motions.
Denied all his motions. Facilitated an ex parte to rip his kids away. She violated the Constitution. And you supposed to be the Chief Justice? Chief Justice of the Supreme Court? The Chief Justice? Uphold the Constitution, I swear, such. We have her oath of office, too. You're a joke. A joke. You're an actor. And a bad one. And, you know, it's pretty sad because these are the people that they say were elected. Okay? Unbelievable. I don't believe it.
Yep. So you guys, you just need to wake up real fast. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but we have all this evidence. You guys read that.
We didn't want to be doing this. We didn't want to be doing videos. We didn't want to be doing this. They brought us to this. They made us do this. They forced us to do this.
Yeah.
They forced us because they didn't want to honor the remedies that are in place to mitigate damages when these kind of activities arise. They just say, whatever. You know, so it just looks real bad. The FBI didn't want to do the right thing. The Columbus police didn't want to do the right thing. Nobody wants to do the right thing. So what is a person to do? Who's doing their job? Chief Justice. Interesting. So we goes down to the Ohio Supreme Court. We've been in and out of that building. We've been in and out of that building more times than we can even keep count. We were in and out of there so much. They were, hi, hey, how you guys doing? How you guys? Like we were just fraternity brothers or something. You see what I mean? And we were in there all year last year, in and out, in and out. And I told the security guy, I told him, I said, you have some crooks that work down here. He said, well, there's crooks everywhere. What do you expect? There's crooks are everywhere. So I don't know what he knew. He must have knew the same thing I know. Yeah, because he said, there's crooks everywhere. You need to make a song about this place. Because I'm a songwriter. And he said, you need to write a song about this place. I probably will. But they're not going to like the song I write. They're not going to like the song I write. If I decide to write a song, they won't like that song. But yeah, he suggested that I write a song about that place. Maybe I should. That might be a good idea. It might shed some light on some things. Okay.
Part of exposure.
So again, this stuff is gross and disgusting. You ought to show them the video where the lady, she was so nervous because she knew it was so corrupt. One of their other clerks. I'm not going to mention her name on the record. But one of their clerks, she was so nervous because she knew that we were on to them. And she was so nervous, she had the papers, and then she just dropped everything all over the floor and was picking them up. Because she was so nervous. This thing didn't even have to get this far.
Right.
It didn't even have to come to this.
They just did.
But they think that they can pick and choose who they want to give the remedy to. You cannot pick and choose who you want to give the remedy to. The remedy is available for everyone. Okay? You're not picking and choosing when you're taking taxes, state taxes out of people's check. You're not picking and choosing on that. Come. So let's get real. Let's get real. So you think you can creatively select who you want the remedy to apply to? But do you creatively select who you take the state taxes out of people's checks? The state taxes out of people's, when they go file their income taxes, you taking them state taxes? Because that's who the state is. The state is the Supreme Court and the state attorney general. As far as I'm concerned, that's the state. And when they're not doing nothing, when you can't get a remedy from them, or the federals, or you can't file a federal civil lawsuit because they want to kind of creatively interpret that too, what do you want a person to do that's in this situation then? What do you want them to do?
Then they got, I don't even think we ever mentioned this. Did you ever mention about the documents down at the federal court when you, for filing?
Oh, let's. Oh. I think we should save that for another video.
Okay.
That needs its own exclusive video to shed light on that. That is nefarious.
They probably were shocked, like, how the fuck did we find out about that? Told you, passion.
Yeah. You
can't. Passion is powerful. It's so powerful. Passion. But yeah, we're not gonna we're about 50 minutes in this video, and we just wanted to talk a bit about that, more about that article and things related to that article. And yeah, it's pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty. We got a lot of stuff, a lot more stuff to show you guys. We got so much. I mean, these people, man, and it's a shame they let it get this far and let us get this much evidence on them. It's a shame because you can't possibly explain that. How you going to explain? How you going to explain all this to the people? What's going? Oh, well, they just made some videos and they were saying some bad things about the judge. How are you going to explain what you did? How? You can't explain that when we got tangible evidence.
That's exactly why they had the lawyer go file bankruptcy to try to stay our case. They tried to have the case stayed because by the time they knew that we were investigating them, it was too late. They had no idea. They had no idea. They had no idea. They probably thought, oh, them just a bunch of some dumb niggers. We got this. We're gonna wrap this up and we're gonna them black guys and when ironically they're the niggers because a nigger is an ignorant person, and only an ignorant person is going to be ignorant to the extent to not provide a remedy in the earlier stage.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want us to do? You want us to go to the United States Supreme Court on a cert petition and tell the world?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you want? I think that's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
It's not